The movie opens in a remote desert in Uzbekistan, where a U.S. Special Forces team led by Sergeant Kelly is engaged in a nighttime military operation. The militants are ambushed in their hideout by Sergeant Kelly, who blasts away at them, while his team takes down the militants one by one outside. As the battle reaches its peak, a red light appears in the dark night sky, capturing the attention of everyone. So everyone stops fighting and looks up at the red sky. Shortly after, they discover a massive alien spaceship emerging in the sky. The spacecraft emits a blinding light, catching everyone off guard. Soon after, it abducts all the U.S. commandos engaged in the operation. On the ship, they are shown trapped inside translucent stasis pods. Later in the scene, the abducted commandos wake up and break free from the stasis pods, throwing up the liquid. They pull themselves together and try to understand where they are now. Nash panics, prompting others to ask him to calm down.
In this goopy house of horrors, and you want me to calm down?
Somebody with deep pockets. Maybe Russian? Ain't Chinese.
Kelly and the other commandos notice that their magazines are topped off, and this causes Nash to go off the deep end. Kelly tells Rhodey and the others to find out who did it. So under the leadership of Sergeant Kelly, Nash, Rhodey, Reyes, Gibbs, and Jax start looking for the man who brought them there. As a matter of fact, all the commandos think that they have been abducted and are kept inside a house, but none of them knows that they are on a high-tech alien ship. After a few steps, they find their way blocked by a circular door. So Jax, Rhodey, and Nash try to open it by force and somehow manage to do it. Then, they enter the door and carry on with their search for the thing that abducted them. However, they find another banged-up circular door that is completely bent and warped off its track. There they find a ventilation duct, and Reyes enters it to find a way out. Soon he crawls out of the duct, arriving on the other side of the hatch. He notifies the others about it, asking them to come over. Upon arriving, Kelly notices that the door is badly scratched, as if something was trying hard to get inside. So they begin making up their own theories about the place. Meanwhile, they hear a woman screaming somewhere in the spaceship. Hence, everyone heads into the same direction, keeping their guns at the ready. On their way, Kelly and his valiant commandos stumble upon a trail of blood in the corridor, which terrifies them for a moment. Nonetheless, Reyes takes the lead and moves on while the other comrades follow him. They quietly approach the door and discover a lamp burning inside. Then, they cautiously enter the banged-up cabin. Soon after, the drops of fresh blood begin dripping upon Reyes, prompting him and the others to look up, only to find decapitated and grilled human corpses hanging from iron poles, leaving everyone stunned. However, they brush it off and walk into another cabin. There, Kelly and Gibbs find a young woman tied in chains. Kelly holds her and asks Reyes to pull the lever to free the panicking woman. Upon hearing a noise in the spaceship, a mighty alien turns up before Gibbs, whom it kills instantly. So, Kelly, Nash, Rhodey, and Jax start firing at the alien, but the skin of the alien seems immune to the bullets. That's why it starts toying with the humans. Just in time, Rhodey blasts away at the alien with an alien high-tech gun, killing it. Afterward, they curiously take a look at the alien creature. Shortly, the alien tries to retaliate with its remaining power, but the woman rattles its body with the bullets, finally slaying it. Then, Kelly and his men follow the lady, asking her to reveal herself. However, the interrogation is cut short by the sudden arrival of another alien. Seeing it, Kelly, Rhodey, Nash, and Jack start rushing off to save their lives, while the furious alien opens fire on them. In a moment, the charging alien is reinforced by other aliens that begin to fire at Kelly and his commandos with their highly efficient guns. Before the aliens could burst into the cabin, the woman shuts the door in time. The lady asks them to come after her, but the aliens on the other side of the door attempt to bring down the circular door in a frenzy. Seconds later, the group of deadly aliens breaks open the door, causing Reyes to rush off. Reyes escapes into the duct, but unfortunately gets caught by the chasing aliens, who kill him on the dot. Following this shattering incident, the rest of the commandos and the nameless woman successfully crawl out of the duct, saving themselves for now. Young lady is severely wounded in the leg during the escape, and Jax bandages her wound while the girl speaks Russian. Kelly asks her who she is, but the girl doesn't reveal herself to them. All of a sudden, the girl gets up, speaks in English, and asks Kelly and his men to find a safe place as the aliens will be coming for them. On the other side, the aliens feast on Reyes, revealing their carnivorous nature. Kelly again asks the weary Russian lady to reveal her name.
Ravi.
Okay, Ravi.
She states that this spaceship is riddled with dozens of aliens and they know where they are as they have motion sensors on the wall which help the aliens locate them. Afterward, they leave in search of a hideout. They pass through a passage where they find thousands of humans sleeping inside stasis pods. Later, they head off, continuing their search. Ravi takes Kelly, Jax, Nash, and Rhodey to a place among the large containers where she used to hide before being captured. Rhodey makes a plan with Kelly to lure the aliens to the containers where they can kill them, so Jax volunteers to be bait to catch the aliens. Meanwhile, a group of terrifying aliens begins to look for Kelly and the others. Jax arrives in the corridor to lure the searching aliens and starts singing a song to catch their attention. Upon hearing the voice, the freaking aliens rush into the direction where Jax is. Endangering his life, Jax lures the aliens to the container area, yelling at the others to strike the charging aliens. Hence, Nash and the others emerge from the hiding place, firing at the aliens. In a matter of seconds, Kelly, his men, and Ravi shoot down the aliens. But just then, another team of aliens arrives, deploying its energy shield to fend off the bullets. The aliens close in on Kelly and the others, forcing them to retreat. In an attempt to escape, Jax is killed by the gruesome aliens. Before the situation flares up, Kelly and the others flee into the hatch in time and slide into a duct that leads them underground, full of stinking water. There, they find Ravi's mother, Anya, a Russian tank commander, hiding in a devastated cabin. Anya helps them come up. Then, she asks them to follow her to safety. Shortly, she discovers a motion sensor on the wall, so she changes the way, heading into another direction with the others. Upon arriving, she opens the trap door, asking the others to descend into the basement. Having arrived safely, Kelly asks Anya what she is doing there despite being a Russian tank commander. She explains that she and Ravi were also abducted and brought in there just like them. In addition, she's been awake for nearly 30 years on the ship. She reveals, in 1977, NASA sent out a probe with a map stamped on it, telling whoever found it exactly where we were. Admittedly, there were those who were opposed to the inclusion of the map. They called it the Stamp of Osiris, after the Egyptian god of death. The aliens crushed Earth in a matter of weeks. She further explains that the aliens are attempting to repair their communication relay, and if they succeed and transmission goes out, they will easily locate and kill them. So we must stop them. Kelly asks Anya if she knows where the communication center of the aliens is. She replies in the affirmative. Anya spells out that they will use the ventilation shafts to reach the communication center to blow it up, and in the meantime, Kelly and the others keep the aliens busy. In the following scene, Ravi, Nash, and Anya sneak toward the base of aliens through the ventilation shafts. Shortly, they secretly arrive at the communication center and find the aliens guarding it. On the other side, Kelly and Rhodey cautiously walk into the cabin, producing themselves before a motion sensor which helps an alien locate them. The guarding aliens leave the base unattended and go to hunt Kelly and Rhodey. Kelly and Rhodey can hear the growls of the incoming aliens, and shortly after, the aliens arrive after tracking them. However, Kelly and Rhodey hide and lie in wait for the perfect moment to ambush the aliens. Soon, another battle breaks out between the humans and the aliens. Kelly and Rhodey try to keep the aliens as much busy as they can, so that Ravi and Anya manage to detonate the communication center. Nash watches over Anya and Ravi when they install bombs in the base. Elsewhere on the ship, the fight is still on between the aliens and Kelly. Meanwhile, one of the aliens receives signals about an infiltration at the communication center. So few of the aliens leave the battle unfinished and head back to the base to protect it before it is too late, leaving Kelly and Rhodey confused. Anya senses the arrival of the rushing aliens and immediately informs Kelly about it. Rhodey asks Kelly to go and help Anya and Ravi. Then he locks the door to deal with approaching aliens. Rhodey manages to kill one of the invading aliens, but soon, his alien gun runs out of bullets, forcing him to go at them with an ordinary gun. The mighty alien easily seizes him, hoisting him into the air. Just then, Rhodey pulls the pin from a grenade, blowing up the entire chamber, engulfing the alien, and sacrificing himself. In a very short while, the panicked aliens run back to the base, but Anya, Nash, and Ravi are already prepared to blow their heads off. The cunning aliens use their mind and deploy their energy shield to protect themselves and continue to enter the base. Seeing this, Anya asks Ravi to leave and comes out of the hiding, charging at the approaching aliens. Then, she forces Nash to go after Ravi to protect her, meaning she has made up her mind to sacrifice herself to save Ravi and Nash. A surge of aliens rushes into the communication center, forcing Anya to retreat. Meanwhile, Scar, the leader of the aliens, also shows up in the base and savagely attacks Anya, nearly killing her. However, before dying, Anya presses the button on the remote, detonating the entire base, including the aliens. Nash escapes with Ravi, but the rest of the aliens start chasing them. So he hides Ravi in a narrow pod, then frantically calls out to the aliens. He hears the footfalls of the rushing aliens and hides behind a pod, waiting for the aliens to show up. Soon, many aliens rush into the corridor while Nash relentlessly fires at them. In a while, the comm takes over the ship, allowing Ravi to get out of the pod, but it turns out to be a decoy when an alien appears before her. While finding Nash and Ravi, Kelly accidentally enters the prison area, finding many humans locked inside. As Kelly starts stepping back, he is knocked out by an alien. Moments later, he regains consciousness, only to find himself imprisoned. In one of the cells, he discovers Ravi, who informs him that Nash and her mother Anya sacrificed themselves while saving her. Shortly, Scar, the alien leader, arrives and enters Kelly's cell. It seizes him and drags him out of his cell. They carry him to the shambles, hanging him upside down. As the alien prepares to butcher him, its head is blown off by the hiding Nash, who had survived the alien attack in the corridor. Afterward, he takes Sergeant Kelly down and moves to the prison, freeing everyone, including Ravi. Meanwhile, a surge of aliens arrives, causing them to flee. At one point, they find themselves trapped in the corridor, which leaves them no choice but to retaliate. And in the process, Nash hurls a grenade belt among the aliens, blowing them up. Subsequently, Nash begins celebrating their victory over the aliens. But just then, a sharp object penetrates into his back, revealing the presence of an alien behind the door. After disposing of Nash, Scar, the alien leader, begins stalking Ravi and Kelly. Helpless Kelly asks Ravi to run off while he encounters the lurking alien. Soon, an incomparable fight begins between the mighty alien and the resilient Kelly. The robust alien begins to toy with Kelly, throwing him around and eventually stabs him with its multifunctional gun, then throws him away. However, Kelly gets back to his feet, challenging the charging alien to grab him. The heedless alien rushes to strike Kelly, but sadly falls into a trap that leads to its death. Afterward, Kelly looks for Ravi and soon finds her standing and looking up in the hallway. He approaches her, discovering the sun shining brightly in the sky. They come out of the spaceship, only to find devastated Paris and learn that the world has been crushed by the aliens. And this marks the end of this movie.